Joining me now is Michael Weiner. He was with us for our National Worldview Weekend this weekend, visited with many of our attendees. Someone asked me today, did gold hit a record high today? Well, I said yes, but it's hit many record highs. We just keep hitting them one after another. So yes, today is a record high, but that's, again, becoming common. They said, what about silver? I said, well, silver is headed toward $49 an ounce. It needs to get to 50 to hit the highest it's ever been. And it looks like we're about to do that. So gold is at the highest price it's ever been. Silver is about to hit its historic record high and then blow right through it. Again, let's see what Michael Weiner thinks about these latest developments, because things are moving faster than even he predicted. Michael, welcome back to the broadcast.
Good evening, Brandon. Well, as I mentioned in August, I said September is going to be a huge month. With the year end coming on the federal government, things are going to get crazy. Well, they did, because not only did they not get crazy, but they also shut down the government, which was totally irresponsible. And that, coupled with the fact of we're coming into a new currency, and also realizing the fact that in November, we're going to have to do this all over again with this CR. So whatever they're going to do, they're going to try to do one, I guess, for a year if they can get anything done, because it seems to be these people are financially irresponsible, which they are. They've always been. And then on top of all of this, we've got the main issue, which is the change of our financial system. What really is bothering me is, yes, gold is at an all-time high, and it will continue to be at an all-time high for the next 2.5 years. Till Trump, or 3 years, till Trump finally retires or is retired, because of the fact of his second term coming to an end. But gold is a financial instrument. The financial system of the world is changing. This is what's been the strength of the gold market. Now it's coupled with uncertainty. And also something that we also have coming up on the table is a correction of the stock market and financial markets. And don't expect your financial guys to warn you. I'm not looking at a crash. I'm looking at a correction. Correction, in my opinion, somewhere around 20-25%. Crash is like 50%. The reality where it really is bothersome, Brandon, is people are saying, well, gold is too high. Well, I said this before. People told me gold was too high when it was $100. You're going to sit back and tell me this now, and then you're going to pay me $5,000 next year because you're going to need it. Right now, you can act properly and protect yourself. Failing to pay attention to this changing economic climate is nothing more than possible financial suicide. Literally, this is a changing world, and it's happening quickly. And if you do not take action and act versus react, you're going to suffer the consequences of a devaluation and revaluation of our economy and your financial position.
So what were some of the common questions you were getting from listeners this weekend?
Well, a lot of people, that's a good question. A lot of people were concerned on their IRAs and wanted to know what they could do. And I reminded them of the fact of what's called low-hanging fruit. The government, in comparison, we talk about privacy all the time. The one thing that the government knows exactly where it is your retirement plan. And they can grab it, they can change it, they can nationalize it, all in the pretext of helping you. And do not think it won't happen, because they've tried already twice, and that's in the last 10 or 12 years. Democrats get power again, they'll do it. That's why Reagan created precious metals IRAs as a position of financial security, to own something that gives you a buffer. We can help you with it. This is not a product that just was created yesterday. It's been around almost 40 years. And it's thank you, Ronald Reagan, for doing it. But that's a big issue. Pay attention to your retirement plans. If you have a 401k and you're still working and you're over 59 and a half, you too have the capacity to do something about it. And the second thing we talked about a lot was, is the market too high? And compared to what? We have a whole new financial system. Gold is doing nothing that it's more than it's supposed to do, reacting to that and also being used as a financial instrument. So, that in and of itself is wrong. Silver right now is, once it tests its $50 level, which is coming up soon, then I would expect that we'd see a big jump to 60. I'm looking at $80 to $90 silver year end. So there's activity there.
Year in. You think silver could be at $90, $100 an ounce before the year is over?
Let me rephrase. I'm talking about the end of next year. I'm looking at silver this year between $60 to $70.
Still high.
I think what will happen, yes, when it hits 55, they'll push it. The people love to push markets to new highs. They love it. And with silver, they'll get gangbusters behind it like they did when Robinhood and those guys were involved. So I think it'll be very active. I think the gold market, when it hits 4,000, it'll run up to 4,200 because they want to. That's why I said 4,200 this year, a year ago, well, at the beginning of the year. And right now I stand by that. Could be 4,200 by December 1st. These are interesting and difficult times. And when the people asked us these questions, then we also had people that come up to us and say, my financial person doesn't recommend this. Well, then what are we talking for? I mean, I'm not here to tell you, nor as Wes or as Chris told you, to empty out everything you had and put all your money in gold. We've told you to do things proportionately. We've told you that we're not the people here to make you money. We're the people to make sure that you preserve what you have and you ensure all parts of your life. You better pay attention to what's going on right now. Otherwise, it'll be either too late or you'll pay a lot more and get a lot less. I'm done.
There you go. All right. So when do you think there'll be a correction? You think there will be a 20% correction?
I think the correction's already started. It's just that when the corrections happen, your financial people just sort of slough it off because they don't want any activity.
How can you say correction in gold and silver's happened? It's not gone down.
There's not. I'm talking about the financial
stock
markets.
Okay. But do you think there's going to be a correction in gold and silver?
Any correction is going to be weekly. It might take a dip, 40 or 50 or 60 or 70 or $80, and then go back up because it's a very healthy marketplace.
So in other words, don't sit around and wait for a dip to buy. No,
that's dangerous. And this type of, usually if you look at the major dips, let's look at the last major dip. That was in 2011, November. Why did that happen? Because the economy and everything started coming out of the 2008 and 9 crash. The banks started coming back out. Everything started coming back together. Even though it was slow with Obama, it did start coming back. And when that happened, gold went down about 32% total, but silver went down 80%. So that's a huge correction. But what's on the forefront right now that would do that to the gold market and or silver? Nothing. There's anything but clear sailing. But more importantly, we're heading into other areas, which include changeover to a digital world. We even said at the event, one of your spokespersons was talking about the fact of, and he played a video of the European Union's talking about it in October. I think it'll be formalized in November, their digital money. Japan digital, China digital, and all the BRICS going along with it, the SWIFT system digital, the IMF digital. We're going digital. And if you don't think that's not going to have an effect on the financial system, you're wrong. And if you think it's going to have a negative effect on gold, look what's been happening since all these announcements have been going on since the beginning of July. Look what's going on in front of us. And we don't even have that right now. What's really making things sort of crazy is this problem with the I call it the communist socialists, not Democrats, who are literally not paying attention to what they were elected for. They weren't elected to create a mess. And they weren't elected to tell us that there's problems in healthcare. The only problem I see is them wanting to pay money to the wrong place. Why can't they just allow the government to stay open and work it out? Why do we as citizens have to suffer because people in Washington can't get together and make a decision? And I'm not blaming the Republicans because this same CR was passed multiple times by Biden's people. So why don't they like it now? It's crazy. This will have an effect, and I don't see any improvement. They're having a vote tonight. I don't believe anything will happen differently because they're the base of the socialist Democrats, which are communists for you people who don't know, don't care. They like this.
Yep.
And the youngsters out there that aren't making money, the millennials or the Gen Zs who don't have any money, think the best solution is to take our money. Well, good luck with that, kids. That's not going to last too long. Have fun with it.
All right. Tell me what some folks were saying to you that maybe bought gold or silver a long time ago. What were some of them saying to you this weekend about it? Anything?
A lot of hugs. A lot of people saying you were right. I should have done more back then and doing more. A lot of people thankful. Really, a lot of people really thankful that they're in a position of protection, just like with your freeze-dried foods and the cellular and the water and all the things that we try to do to get people prepared. They feel so special because they're prepared. They've done something. And that's what Wes and I, when we talk to people all the time, we try to get them prepared. It's not about selling you, it's about getting prepared. And some people just don't want to pay attention. I've got, and the people who have gotten prepared are very thankful.
I bet they
feel like it's something that people weren't just concerned about selling them or controlling them. It was about literally helping them. And what's another issue that came up is people buying the wrong thing. If you're all about making money, go buy ETFs and go bet on the price. But if you're going to sit back and buy gold, please do not have strangers store your gold for you. Like my grandpa used to say, don't have a stranger hold your wallet. For goodness sakes, you don't go to the bank, take money, put it in your wallet, and then, by the way, turn around and hand it to some guy out in front to hold it for you. This is ridiculous. In my 45 years in this industry, almost 46 years, every single time I've seen people taken advantage of is when they had things stored for them. Hello, Larry Bates. You know who he is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, $30-40 million. They find empty vaults and all this. Take delivery of your money. If you don't want to do business with us, good luck. All the best. I mean, we don't force you, but do not do business where people hold your metals for you. That is terrible. Or the people who sit back and hold metal outside the United States. A best example, you cannot ship gold and silver back into the United States. You cannot take it back in. And once you send it out and you want to sell it, it's going to be converted into the dollars of where you hold it. It's ridiculous. And some of these companies who play these games without properly educating people are hurting people, and they didn't know it. And then, it's sort of like what went on with somebody, and I won't mention his name, who sold the Perth Mint. Perth Mint was in Australia. I had a Worldview lady call me up years ago who put in $3 million and needed money and found out that not only she could not sell it, but she couldn't get the money anyways. It was in Australia. It was a disaster, literally a disaster. When you buy gold, we are a very black and white company. You send us money, we ship you gold. If you want an IRA, we keep it in the United States. We don't tell you to do business elsewhere. It is not good. And we've had a lot of people who came up to us with problems, and we're thankful. And we had a lot of people, Brandon, that you referred to us who were at the event that we straightened out that were in problems. And that's something we do, and that we don't charge for it. We just help you. That's all.
That's all. And you got to meet Dolly, did you not?
No. She's depressed right now.
You didn't get to meet Dolly.
She's at a dog psychologist right now.
Did you not come to my house?
No, I didn't. We had to leave. Logan told me she was going to come to visit.
Well, for some reason, I thought you came to my house for lunch on Saturday.
She's depressed. It'll be rough for a few days. So
I thought for some reason I saw you sitting at my house having lunch on Saturday, but you didn't.
I wish I was.
Oh, I thought you had. The house was so full of people for lunch on Saturday that I thought I could have swore that I walked by the breakfast room and saw you sitting in there eating lunch, but you weren't. Huh?
Nope, I wasn't. I wish I was.
All right. Well, we'll have to get you back around. I thought for sure you met Dolly.
I will. We will.
All right. Folks need to get a hold of you now more than ever.
Definitely.
Worldviewgold.com, worldviewgold.com, or 602-558-8585, 602-558-8585. Well, let me ask you this. What do you think? What did you think of Collierville, where we live?
I thought Collierville was beautiful.
Yeah.
I really was impressed with the whole city. We were looking at just beautiful.
Did you drive around a little
bit? Yeah, we did. The parks. I mean, Melissa told us the parks, beautiful parks, all green. It was just really, really a special place to live. And the police officers were really nice. All the people there, everybody was really friendly.
Yeah, our police department did a great job, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They did. I mean, it was a wonderful affair, and it's great to be surrounded with people who are like-minded and with good Christian values. It was really, really special.
Yeah, and next year, we've already picked the date for next year. Did you know that?
Yes, you did. I don't know the date, but you said somewhere in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're going to go to Milwaukee, outside of Milwaukee, in Waukesha, which is a very conservative area where we've been many, 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 many times since the 90s. The Waukesha Expo Center, I'll give you the date here. And you should put it on your calendar. The Waukesha Expo Center. And the date we have right now is October 23 and 24. That's a Friday night and Saturday. October 23 and 24 of 2026. What do you think gold will be at then?
4,800. We sat back here in
So a year from now, you think it'll almost be 5,000?
Close to. I could tell you now, when we sat back January 3rd and I was on the show and it was like 2,500 and I said 4,000 year end and 3,000 by March. And you were saying 3,000 by March. And yep, what happened? So I was right last year. I'm right now. It's just common sense. It doesn't take a lot of brilliance. But I can say to people, let us help you now. I'd rather help you now than help you later when it's worse. This is a period of time to really
get it.
Stop.
How long is it taking to get silver? How long are people having to wait to get silver?
Not with us. We have plenty.
Okay, but I'm hearing some places are 6 to 8 weeks.
Well, that's the reason why, and I've educated some people to this, is this industry, when it changed, meant that companies don't have to carry inventory. So they sell everything through secondary sources. You send them money and they buy it from a wholesaler and have it drop shipped to you. We don't do that. Everything at Swiss America is shipped directly out of our facility under camera. We weigh it, we examine it, we inspect it, and we've got plenty of metals, hundreds of millions of dollars of gold and silver available because we are the oldest and largest in the business. You've been to our facility, Brandon. You see what it is. These other people are operating in executive suites. We got a building as big as a post office that we have. It's with a lot of guns, but at the end, which is wonderful. But at the end of the day, we always tell people to come on in, but if they want to be smart, they might not be leaving. But at the end of the day, we have all the capabilities of selling you whatever you need. And if you pay us, we ship out as fast as we can in the industry. As soon as your funds clear, we ship. Unfortunately, some people complain we use the U.S. Post Office. But again, I can say it on the air. The reason we do is for those people who have bought from other companies. And goodness, if you lose your metals to UPS or FedEx, it's an insurance claim. You can be waiting for months. When we do it and anything happens through the United States Post Office, we replace it immediately because it's a felony. That's as simple as it is. Our insurance company immediately pays us.
Wow. Amazing. Well, I learn something new every day.
There you go.
Worldviewgold.com, worldviewgold.com, or text Wes your address and that you want the free packet, 602-558-8585, 602-558-8585. Hey, I meant to ask you, you were at the banquet concert and keynote address Thursday night. Wasn't that piano player and my classical acoustical guitar player amazing?
Oh, they were phenomenal. It was such a really wonderful, loving event that night. It was very special for anybody that was there.
Yeah,
very special.
And you were definitely there. So thank you, Michael.
I was there at many of them, but this one was more cozy because we've been at some of them that were huge, and it's not as cozy as it was very personal. Yep. And it was very special.
Good, glad to hear it. Michael Weiner checking in tonight. Thank you, Michael.
Good night.
All right, guys, that's our broadcast tonight. We appreciate, as always, your watching. I've already booked up Mark Mitchell for tomorrow night, Trevor Loudon, many more coming. Nick Holscher is going to join us. So I already got a full schedule already for tomorrow night. I think we'll check in with Aaron out of Israel tomorrow during radio, 1 o'clock Central, 2 Eastern Standard. Roll the music. Let's call it a night. Be sure to get your free pack of business cards. A lot of folks walked out of the theater this weekend with multiple packs to go home and pass them out and give them to their family and friends. So there you go, worldviewstore.com. You know, I tried resting a little bit yesterday, Sunday after the conference. So I said, let's play some gin. Wasn't very relaxing. My wife beat me 2 games in a row, gin. I don't know, should I play some gin tonight with your mom? I don't know. It's not very relaxing anymore. Oh, and look who showed up right at the end. The theme music's already played. We really should be off the air. And here you, what was it? Because you heard me fanning the business cards? And by the way, you got to meet Gordon Chang and all kinds of people this weekend, didn't you? Yeah, they came over for lunch and then dinner. I wanted to bring her to the theater to meet you guys, but she does not like the car. And she's very timid. She's my most timid lab I've ever had. So anyway, well, I'm glad you decided to stop in and say hello to everybody. The music's already played. It's already gone away. So I think it's time for us to go away as well. You are such a little brat. You know that? Give me those back. You're such a little brat. But everyone's glad you showed up, okay? Everybody's glad you showed up. All right, so anyway, we're over. We got to go. So you don't think I should play gin with your mom tonight? Because it's not very relaxing when she beats me. We played at 300, and she just beats me. The other night, I made 85 points. 85 points, and she got to 300. It's kind of humiliating. It's not very relaxing. It's supposed to be a relaxing game, but it's not relaxing when you just get beat one hand after another. So I don't know. I got to find something a little more relaxing. But anyway, this sounds like personal problems to me, doesn't it to you? All right, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go play gin. Maybe I'll just have a cup of hot tea and listen to some classical music. But however you choose to unwind, I appreciate your being with us tonight. Till next time, I'm Brandon House. May God save America. Take care.